What's up, YouTube? We are back again for another video. It's crunch time. What I mean by crunch time, I mean that the baby is almost here. We're a couple days away from the due date, but she could come today, tomorrow, the next day, the due date, after the due date. We're not for sure, but we're doing everything in our power to make sure she's here, healthy and safe, and just ready to enjoy the world. I'm currently on my way to the meat market. About to go get a meat basket, get a couple things for the house, because, it's starting to heat up, and I'm about to start bringing the grill out, put the meats on the grill and all that, because your boys likes to get down in the kitchen. I love to cook, But yeah, come along on this journey today, on today's video. I'm gonna give y'all some insight on a couple different things. I want to give y'all my insight on how I feel about the death of George Floyd. May his soul rest in peace. And just prayers out to his family and everyone that's been affected by this. A change will come. I promise y'all it's gonna come. Y'all just keep doing your protests and fighting. And just urge everybody, your city officials, your state officials, the government, everything, that all of this stuff with police brutality, it changes. We need to get rid of all of the bad cops and everybody who's not doing their job like they're supposed to be doing. So just pray for the world right now. We're going through a lot. During the pandemic with COVID-19, all the police brutality, of the wars that's going on, and just stuff that may be going on in your local neighborhoods with gangs and stuff, So we all just need to come together as one, as a world, and just pray. Just pray to God, because He's the one that can change all of these things. But we just have to seek Him. All right, y'all. So I'm on my way home. Just left the meat market. But like I was saying earlier, I just wanted to talk about the whole George Floyd situation. And I just feel so much pain. Just so much pain, like in my heart, like watching the video and seeing this man's life being taken from the world, his family, his friends, his peers, his co-workers, to whoever he's had a positive impact to. Like, this man's life was taken from them. And I laid my head down the other night after watching the video, and I almost came to tears, thinking, because that could be me, like that can be my brother, like my brothers, like that could be my dad, like that can be my cousin, my best friends. That's being, not only being black in America, but being a black male in America, it's rough, because we don't get that benefit of doubt unless we dribbling the ball or spitting rhymes on the mic. Like, we don't get that benefit of the doubt when we're trying to become something in life. And all people, not all, I wouldn't say all people, I need to watch how I word this. Some folks out here, they don't want to see us succeed and become the kings that we are. Black men, we are kings. We come from dynasties. Like, we've all heard of the Ming dynasty, the kings and queens of England and all these other places. But in Africa, we come from kingdoms. We come from riches, and we need to get back to that. And the only way we can get back to that is if we are all together. Don't get me wrong. There are some people, we just can't come to agreement with. And those are the ones who need to find something in themselves to get their lives right. But all of us that's really trying to make a difference out here in this world and really trying to provide for our families, we all need to come together for the greater good and become, form a brotherhood, a bond. Because there is too many brothers out here that are torn between what set they from, what hood they claim, what colors they wearing, and you know, that's not the way to go, because us being separated is how they gonna keep us down. Us being separated. Now we all come together as one and really start making movements. And I applaud all the people out there that has been, making movements, with the Black Lives Matter and all of the other programs and stuff that's out there to better the lives of black people and the black community. I applaud every one of them. But it's not only just going to take us. And as good as it sounds, just us as the community, as a black community, is not just going to take us. Because we are just a small minority to the masses, especially in America. Now, if we can get everybody on one accord, no matter what race, what background you come from, what hood you're from, what education, what school you might have went to, if everybody can be on one accord, this world will be so much of a better place. But people lose track of that because of greed, because of rage, because of the power that's given to them. They want to abuse the power that they have. And we just need to come together, and just pray. I mean, even if you're not a religious person, your morals should say, let me help out the next man. Let me help out the next person next to me. If I'm succeeding more than another person, let me help this person get to where I'm going. There's enough food out here on the table for everybody to eat, man. For everybody to eat. But we all got to come together. It's going to take all of us. Now, the bad ones, we can kick them. We can, push them off to the side until they're ready to join the winning team, man. But back to the George Floyd thing, man. Just to sit there and watch that however long minute, I think it was like 10 minutes. That however long the video was that I watched. And to see that man lose his life. And supposedly it was over a bad check or something, like the store clerk thought he wrote a bad check or whatever the situation was. To lose your life over that, like, come on. And I've even seen videos, the cops, they even in the report, they didn't even mention the fact that this dude had his whole body weight on the back of this man's neck. Like, you can hear the guy, you can hear George, let me say his name. He has a name. You can hear George saying, "I can't breathe. Somebody help me." He even started calling for his mama, man. Like, you know how hurt you gotta be to call for your moms, man, and to come to, and I also found out that his mother passed away 2 years ago. Like, so he knew he knew it was the end. He knew it was the end. Calling for his mama, he knew. And I'm trying so hard not to get so emotional on this subject. But I just can't help but feel bad because any one of us can be put in that situation, and we got to stop. And the police has to stop taking advantage of having a badge. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll come in contact with some phenomenal police officers, like all-time great police officers doing stuff in the communities, going out helping people, getting baskets and stuff during the holidays, and donating, buying gifts, all kind of stuff. And we aren't talking about y'all. We are talking about the ones that are out here abusing their power just because they feel like they can get away with it. And also the ones who see the ones abusing their power and don't say anything. That's the only way all of this can change, if everybody in these police departments held everyone accountable and to a high standard. But a lot of them, I understand, a lot of them are scared to get blackballed within the department, and because they have families to feed. And I understand, I completely understand. But at the same time, would you rather lose yourself and your morals and your conscience and all that, lose all of that just because you're afraid of being blackballed within the department? Are you afraid to get threats from other officers? Like, come on, man. Like, I understand it may be a good job, a good pension, you know, retirement, all that health care, and all of these things. But come on, bro. Human life was lost because the other officers that were there from the video didn't do anything, didn't try to stop it, didn't try at all. Like, the Asian officer that was there, I don't know if he's Asian, but whatever nationality or race he was, him near, and he just telling everybody to back up while he watching this man, hearing this man gasping for air, losing his life. Like, come on, man. Like, that could have been avoided. And to the people that were there recording, I understand that you guys were afraid to be put in that situation as well. And whoever recorded, thank you for getting this video out, because without this video, we would have never known what happened to this man at all. And there are so many cases out there of people who've been murdered, innocent people who've been murdered by the police for no reason, but the police cover it up just because they can. And they have government officials on their back. And because they can, they have government officials covering them. When you have people in the city, state, government backing you, you can get away with a whole lot. So, and I'm gonna show a clip of Steven Jackson's interview that he did.
I'm here because they're not going to demean the character of George Floyd. That's right. My twin. A lot of times when police do things that they know that's wrong, the first thing they try to do is cover it up and bring up your background to make it seem like the bull that they did was worthy. Right. When was murder ever worthy? Never. But if it's a black man, it's approved. You can't tell me when that man had his knee on my brother's neck, taking his life away with his hand in his pocket, that smirk on his face didn't say I'm protected.
That's right. That's what it said. That's what it said.
You can't tell me that he didn't feel that it was his duty to murder my brother and that he was fine with it, that he knew he was going to get away with it. You can't tell me that wasn't a look in his face. We've seen this so many times, and we see it right in our face and we don't get no justice. That's right. What happened to common sense? That's right. What happened to just opening your eyes? Your eyes don't work now? Videos, what is videos for? Videos don't work now, they don't mean nothing? Only when you black.
Say that.
My brother was someone who died trying to be a protector and a provider for everybody. But one thing a lot of y'all don't know, that's damn near every black man.
That's right. Talk about it.
Because where we come from, we have to learn how to protect and provide. How not? The ones that don't know how to protect and provide, the ones that ain't proud to be black, are the ones that get knocked off early. You have to be strong where we come from in order to survive, in order to be successful. It's 10 times harder. And I tell people all the time, the difference between me and my brother Floyd is I had opportunity. So many of my brothers are so talented and sitting in the ghettos and the hoods right now because they don't have opportunity.
That's right.
Big facts.
And y'all wonder why we angry. We're not just dying. It hasn't been fair to us.
Talking about his brother, his twin, and you can even hear in this man's voice that he has so much hurt. And I'm pretty sure he's so angry over this situation. I would be angry too if I lost my brother. Especially to a senseless crime like this. Yes, it's a crime. A police officer killed this man. And he will have to pay for this. Whether the district attorney do what they got to do, the prosecutors do what they got to do to get this man, investigate him, and charge him with murder. Now, I seen he got picked up today and he's being charged with third-degree murder. Okay, that's a start. Now, let's get this investigation going. And please, just because he's a police officer and he wears a badge, do not give him any leeway. Because if the roles were reversed and George had killed a police officer, hands down, they would be calling for this man's head. Literally. Hands down. So, that's just how I felt about the situation, man. And I love everybody out there. I'm praying for everybody. And, you know, we have to go through tough times before we can see better days. So right now, all of this are just trials and tribulations, because there is sunlight on the other side of the road. And sometimes things have to happen to folks, even though it shouldn't. That's sometimes the way things can get done. And to the people in Minnesota that's doing all the looting and rioting and stuff, some of it, like, you know, sometimes I don't agree, but this time I do not blame y'all at all. They need to do something about this. People are getting tired. People are getting very, very tired of this. But make sure, man, just make sure y'all stay prayed up, man. Or even if you're not a religious person, please treat everybody the way you would want to be treated, because you do not know when all the negative things that you've done will come back to haunt you at all. And the fact that this cop has been having protection at his house, then he went to Florida. People found out he was in Florida and he was still having protection. And I understand, you know, because people have to do their jobs as well to protect him from getting murdered. But at the same time, this whole situation could have been avoided if this man would have just got off of this man's neck. If he would have just got off of George Floyd's neck. You heard the man calling for his mama. You heard him saying, I can't breathe. You heard him saying, I'm going to die. This man looked death in the eyes, man. He looked death in the eyes. Like, come on. If that don't strike a nerve in you, but people looting Target and burning down stuff strikes a nerve, you really need to check yourself. You really need to look in the mirror and reevaluate your morals. Because you should be more upset that an innocent man lost his life, whether it's about color or not. Whether it's about color or not, man, this innocent man lost his life. So, thank y'all for tuning in, man. I know this wasn't a family video or anything like that, but I just had to get this off my chest because it's been on my mind for the past couple days, and I've been watching the news and getting alerts and stuff, following this case and following how this case will go. And it just has to stop. George Floyd is just another name to a list of folks who died at the hands of the police. And a lot of them have been innocent folks. Now I'm pretty sure they're going to try to dig up stuff of his background to justify what happened. But at that point in time, that man should not have been murdered at all. At all. But yeah, man, comment below on how you guys feel, man. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe. You know, I love y'all. My family loves every one of y'all that's been watching. And to the black brothers out there, I'm talking to y'all especially. To the black brothers out there, keep y'all heads up, Kings, keep y'all heads up. Shoulders broad, neck straight, everything. We gonna get through this, all right? We gonna get through this. I don't know how long it's gonna take, or if another revolution has to start or happen, but we gonna get change. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we will see y'all in the next video.